I just had a couple thoughts. I was thinking these are all only my shoes. So if they don't fit in here, then they really shouldn't have them technically. I really shouldn't have them. There should really be more than enough space. And I'm kind of willing to maybe do something like this if necessary. Not so great. Like, ideally not. But I also like my shoes, mate. And another thing, I was going to get some more of these boot holders. I'm not sure what they're called, but... And I had another thought I think I hadn't gotten to sharing yet. And it's that it's kind of like it felt good to provide for myself in this way. It's like, how many times did I walk past and I think, oh, I need to buy another of these, and then I wouldn't provide for myself, and then would overshop on kind of the other, I don't know, end of the spectrum, or the other, like, don't know, what do you call this? Vodka. The other half of a scale would just like tip down instead, like it was so out of balance, and kind of maybe even compensate, or like even like have it out of balance in a way like that was more important to me. So like, thank you. So now it's very nice that it's provided for myself in this way, because I need another one over here. See, this is what I mean, because like, okay, you know what? So did not fit 100% perfectly. Maybe do something like this. Maybe let one stick out just a tiny bit. But if I really, these are only for like, this is not a shared shoe rack there till now. And I had some space up here, which is actually becoming embarrassing. But when you look at it that way, I really shouldn't own them if they don't fit it. And there's another thing. Oh yeah, I wanted to share with you, because this comes from Marie Kondo, which is a bit of a different school of thought. I don't know what her faith is, but she does this. If it's like a favorite item when you're letting it go and it's kind of hard, then you kind of hug them tightly. Like now I know with these, in this particular example, these are shoes, so maybe they're dirty, but like it kind of, thank you so much. It's like one last big old tight hug, you know. Almost, oh god, that's awful, but my grandmommy would always do this doller am dollsten. We would like tighter, tightest, and we would just like, when we said goodbye, when I was leaving, we would like hug tighter, hug tightest. It was like a thing we did always when, I don't know if it's kind of personal because it's between me and her, but the understanding was there. I hope you guys understand too. And that's what, like, we just like, when I was leaving, because I was like, oh, I don't want to go, and I want to come back, and like, I didn't know when I would see her next. I was just a kid, and it's like, the hug was like so tight it would last us till the next. So I had, oh my god, and she has passed since, and it's almost awful to, I'm not equating it and mentioning it to someone out there who maybe has actually lost a loved one, but like, when somebody does pass, we like that if we got to say bye, or we got to tell them we loved them and I said, etc. So it's like one big hug, you know. Making this really depressing, I'm sorry. It's just kind of, this idea just came out of me, but it kind of helps. I don't know how to put it, but it kind of helps with closure. Like, saying thank you actually helped a lot with finding closure, which people didn't really understand. They would kind of smile down on it before they even grasped and comprehended what it was about. It wasn't gratitude, it was not only, it was mainly finding closure, and think this helps with closure. It helps with like, give me all the love, you know, you do love it. But like, that's what we do when we say goodbye. We hug, for example. People shake hands, etc. But like, when it's somebody we really love or we really like, maybe give them a hug. So it's like, saying goodbye in this way, it's kind of like, I don't even know what it does, but like, it just makes it easier to try it. That's why I wanted to share it here. Even though it comes from Marie Kondo, so it's like a bit of a different direction she's coming from, but like it really works. It's worked for me, so why not do it? Like, why not try it out? None of these issues, but like, you know, if it's something else, I did it anyway because I feel he needs to uncalf einmal, because at least I like, if it helps me miss them less, or like not feel like I'm missing them. It's like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's in the hug, you know, the whole I know I loved you so much and now it's time to go. That's pretty much what the hug says. At least in that example with my grandma, we would do that. And we kept that up. In spite of growing up, it's like, eventually she was fragile, I didn't want to squeeze her too tightly, but we like kind of still did. So, you know, that helps there. I wanted to put that suggestion in for you. I feel like I haven't said it all. I don't know if I have the right words to like really express, but like, just try it and you will just understand. You will get it. It's actually like, so, you know, might not be happy. Somebody else might not be happy with me. I'm taking them out of the boxes, but like, if I see them, I actually use them. If I don't have them, I've had some of these ones for so long, quite a long time, and they're still really new, and I have worn them really few times because I don't see what I have. I need to see it. If there's a couple, ideally, I mean, I feel like I want to have them in the same. I want like, we want energy clear and everything. I also want in the same way. I want my own space. Like, I want them also to have their own space, not because it's them and they're on a pedestal above me, like we used to sometimes have. I used to have like relation with our the relation with our stuff. Sometimes is school that we put the stuff on a pedestal and then like forgot to care about actually the people in our lives and the real thing that is spirit. But I could get into that and I don't want to. But like I just feel like the same. I want my energy clear and everything free. I also want them to have their space. Like, I don't want any energy to be in the way. So I also don't want any, like, don't want any things to be in the way. And I don't want it to be kind of crumpled. And the same way, like, Marie says about socks. I used to not understand, but now I got to realize, wow, I probably also didn't know what truth was in that. Actually, okay, that's a story for itself. But I actually realized as a kid, I was like, every time I rolled up my socks, I was worried. And I was like, I felt kind of a little bit stressed out. But you grow up and think, oh, I was only a kid. But now I'm like, no, I guess that's what I picked up on that. That, I would always think, how would I know? How come one sock doesn't get bigger than the other? And I asked the dolls and they couldn't tell me. And they're actually like, oh, it's so important. And then like, I guess I figured like, oh, well, I guess maybe the next time you use the other sock will be on the outside, so it won't be so bad. But then I realized, but how do I know which one is the other sock next time? What if it's the other sock that's the other sock? So that was a moment there. So sometimes there's truth in things we don't even like look deeply enough into it until we understand. And then I don't know how to express this, but I feel like since we are talking about treasuring and cherishing items, and, you know, something being worth the investment versus, you know, other things like not wasting our money. I feel like since I cherish and treasure them, I like them to be like this and have their space there, and like this is me taking care of them. You know, talking about showing attention, etc. It's me like taking care of them, keeping them nice, and leaving them like this. However, because it's me and I like a lot of these shoes, when I'm saying if they don't fit in here, I shouldn't have them. Maybe for the time being, I might just be awful and do this. I don't want to, but I do have some space in here. What if I have like one box, or if I have like the sandals in the cupboard during the cold month, which I'm not the type of person. I don't come from a background of a school of thought where school of thought is not really that, but übertrieben, but we would never put our like winter stuff away in the summer. Like we'd have a wardrobe, and I didn't know that's something that was done. I didn't know that there was people out there who did that, so I didn't even know that. So when I first started, I thought, oh, it's a great idea, because I had so many things, we had so much stuff, so I thought, oh, great idea, like it gives me a space, storing things away. But then like, yeah, no, I realized since, no, it's not like for me, because actually then we stored it away and I forgot about them even more. So it's actually better to have them out and know what I got. And a lot of things, like t-shirts, you can wear them in the summer and winter, and in the winter you just wear a pullover over them. Whereas sandals, I'm not going to wear in the winter. So like, maybe if that's the only one solution possible, it wouldn't hurt to have like 3 shoe boxes in there, and then maybe in the summer, maybe you can put these in there or something. Which you definitely won't wear, and one pair, the pair that's dirty. But then at least it would be, you know, what I want it to be, and I would be able to charge them. Because now that I talked about it, I was like, no, actually, I want them like this, right? Instead of like this, because that's like, I always felt like people don't carry them, they chuck them like this. But you know, this is different from kind of the version of me, or like a past version of me, or like a person that thinks, oh, the stuff is so awesome, and like taking care more of your stuff than yourself, or just being kind of a bit, I don't even know what to call it, in love with your stuff, like a bit like where it's just too much. Like, it's a bit different to say, no, they have to stand like this, but like, oh god, I love them so much, they deserve it. Like, it's just a show, like, no, a show. Somebody not alive can't deserve something. But when I say it like this, it's cherishing and taking care of them. They do deserve that, because when we invest in something, we take care of them, it lasts us longer, they deserve it, and we deserve it. Then we get to utilize them, and we get, not only get our money's worth out of them, but they also will help us in our lives to be able to walk outside on hard streets, etc. So like, obviously I'm not done putting all of them in here, so I might have, I don't even know, promised too much, because I mean, maybe in my mind I would fit them all in here, then in reality it's like I have like this pile of shoes lying around that doesn't fit. But I'm liking this. It feels like home, not like home, like it feels like how it should be. What it feels like when you have moved in somewhere and you actually take shoes out of boxes and you actually like have them there because you live there, and like you have them there to use them. It's like to utilize them to reach for whatever shoe you need to when you want to reach for a shoe because you need to go out. And it's not like, oh, we carried them here, or like one day when we have our own shoe rack and we have our own place, then we will take them out of the boxes. It's like, this time is now, you know what I mean? Anyway, it's just a trial thing. I'm just seeing if they fit even. But then if I take like the best kind of 3 boxes or something and just keep those. Keeps the shoes nice, but it keeps them too nice for too long, because I don't want my shoes to be not. I want them to be nice, but I want them to use. I want to use them. I want them to be used. I want them to be nice. I want them to be nice in order to be used, not like so store-bought nice, because they're in a box for so long that I never like reach them and then forget about them. So there's no meaning of them. Then it is a waste of space, because then I don't reach for them. So it's like, it's a big waste of, like, I don't know, like, then I may as well waste the space by having too many shoes in here that I can't fit in, because then at least I use them, and I'm not justifying that, but then at least when I don't know how to put this, but like if I use them, then we get used up, and there's like a cycle. So anyway, just trying this out. Well, maybe we can use, because they're also already like kind of old, then I just do that. Maybe, I don't know. Probably head too high hopes, because I'm not seeing it. And that's kind of good too. Oh yeah, because boots, and also because boots need to go to the top, I think, because they don't fit in here, or you have to squeeze them, which again contradicts with cherishing. I was going to say cherrying. So I think these need to go to the top, but I can do that off camera. Maybe draw like one last like. Oh my god, what is this? Was this always there? Yeah, it was. Alright, I never realized. I didn't remember that. Yeah, this is part of the design, and then they start some scratch. Okay. Oh, this is part of the design. Oh, I didn't realize. Oh my god, I was like, is there an ink stain on them? Okay, fine. Let's see how this goes, but yeah. And I think it's, yeah, it gives me an idea. I don't know if the boxes, I don't know why, all I saw was like, boxes already look quite, what's it called, someplace, they go like tidy, they look tidy because they're only a square, they're like only, well, they look dusty here, but I didn't know that. They're already a square, they already look tidy themselves, so you don't really see how untidy it is. But if I have my shoes out, I can actually see. And I'm actually looking at it like this, like, right now for the first time, like, if I have a whole shoe rack full of shoes, and I still don't have enough space, but I'm not even sharing that, and there's kind of something which is like, I probably should be embarrassed that this whole thing is for me, and then if I still don't have enough space, there's the meaning of holding them in boxes, and keeping them in boxes and not even being able to see what you actually own. I don't know where the balance is, how to express, because I don't want to point another person out. So from their point of view, everything they have to say about it will also like really make sense, and if you heard their point of view, it would make a lot of sense. But my point of view also makes a lot of sense. But because it's my shoes, it makes sense that I need to do what I need to do in order to wear them enough to eventually for them to get old too, and then like reduce the shoes that I own in this way. And there's not really like a one better or worse version, because these like both have like good points, but right, I think I will continue this. And let's see, because I mean I don't want them to get in here, because if I'm taking the boxes out I kind of need to, because then I have no other excuse left. If they at least fit in without boxes, fine. At least I can justify it. So maybe if I need to do this.